The Empire really destroyed this place, huh? I mean, you'd think in a few centuries the Republic would have rebuilt something. Junk looks caustic. Reminds me of this one Hutt who used to joke about teaching his enemies to swim. In acid. Care to place a bet on whether that stuff's safe to breathe? Big fella. I hope the Empire's bombs killed him and not something bigger. Rat ghouls, neck ghouls, whatever you call them, they still die. The Endar Spire. Ship's a legend. Mostly because the Empire shot it down, but still. Never thought I'd see it in person. I'm guessing they started that before this place got blown to pieces, because this sure is a strange place to build a high-rise. Doesn't take long for the Empire to settle in, build a base, and set up some really big guns. You guys really take your destruction seriously. Thought I was done seeing the insides of Republic spaceports a long time ago. Place has a creepy kind of vibe, huh? I mean, who knows what could have moved in here since the planet was destroyed. Nothing but snow for kilometers either way, and I already can't feel my toes. Whose idea was it to come here again?
And to think I used to love snow. Just one look out here and I've already had enough.
It's a little warmer by the pipes, I think. Looks like someone's pumping geothermal energy.
I remember seeing a pipeline like this as a child on my homeworld. We used it to pump geothermal energy to the surface.
Leave it to the Brotherhood to open shop in the biggest hunk of ice on the planet. Subtlety never was their thing.
So that's the Brotherhood Ice Fortress. I wonder how these outcroppings are formed. I doubt the pirates built them themselves.
These guys call themselves pirates. They should be out in space, cut free, not hiding in ice caves.
Do you think these are friends of Andronicus? I can imagine him living in a cave.
The Star of Coruscant. Always wondered what happened to her. Spent a week in her brig once. Wish I'd been the one to shoot her down.
The Star of Coruscant. So this is what happened to it. It had a crew of over 1,000. I'd be surprised if any survived.
Nice demolition job. Can't run a prison with a big hole in the wall, huh?
Whatever the Empire touches, it destroys. I can't defend the Republic's choice to keep a secret prison here, but that doesn't make this right.
It looks as if the Empire's begun the excavation without me. Little archaeologist humor there. That breach will lead us to the Republic prison. Or what's left of it.
I wonder what the Republic's using this tunnel for, and how all these aliens got here.
This facility's much larger than I imagined. And that tunnel, what was the Republic doing here?
A tunnel! Who knows what secrets it may hold? I hate to rush a job, but there's just so much here.
A particularly sadistic captain once tried to make me walk on hot coals, but I think I'll pass on swimming in magma. Let's stay away from the edge.
Be careful. We're entering the most ancient and most secure part of the old prison. Who knows what horrors the Rakata locked away?
You don't flinch at danger, do you? Not that I'm frightened. Ahead lies maximum security and things unseen by any but the Rakata.
You got a way of finding the craziest places, Sith. Who knew this place was under a tree? Let's just hope the folks who built this place are all dead. But I'm keeping my blaster handy just in case.
These Rakata buildings make me uncomfortable. They ruled the galaxy and then they just disappeared.
Is this truly Rakata built? I can't believe it. I can't. Oh, I'm sorry, I need a moment.
The Tower of Prophecy, huh? The Voss don't say much, but they sure build nice stuff.
The Tower of Prophecy, the center of Voss culture, where the mystics present their visions and the interpreters study. It's beautiful.
Unbelievable. That's the Tower of Prophecy, where the Voss interpret their visions. I wonder if they'll let me take samples from the walls.
This is supposed to be the site of some kind of pilgrimage, right? So what do? Bow our heads and fold our hands?
The Shrine of Healing is a sacred place for the Voss. Try to be respectful.
Normally, I don't have much interest in living cultures, but this Shrine of Healing is fascinating.
These guys mean business, huh? I haven't seen a cannon like that since a buddy of mine stole an experimental dematerializer off the black market. That thing looks like it'd take a good chunk out of Voss Ka if they had a mind to fire it.
Let's hope the Gormak don't decide to fire that thing. It's pointed right at Voss Ka, and it looks like it could do real damage.
That is a very large gun. I hope we're not on Voss Ka when they decide to fire it.
I'm not saying I'm scared or nothing, but this dark heart isn't the kind of place I want to stick around. Anything that scares both the Voss and the Gormak is bad news.
This is an evil place, full of dark side energy. You are powerful, my lord, but I'm not sure even you are strong enough for this place. No wonder the Voss and the Gormak fear it.
This must be what the Voss calls the Dark Heart. Such fascinating ruins. And to think, I never would have seen them if it weren't for you.
And I thought Hutta smelled bad. I guess it's true there's no good thing the huts can't spoil.
I've never seen such a disgusting place. Was it always like this? Or have we made it that way with all our mining and industry?
Industry has a rather distinct odor, doesn't it? I might advise breathing through the mouth.
Industrial landscape. Many ways to kill. Thick, dusty air makes good cover. Smell overpowering. Have to rely on other senses.
This is quite the war, ain't it? I remember these used to be fully functioning factories, pumping out smoke so thick you could choke.
So much devastation. It's not just the buildings. Think of the people who used to work in those factories, the people who used to buy the things they made. This whole war is a waste.
Factory structure indicates that these were built about a century ago, though the underlying strata suggests industrialization of the area began much earlier.
I distrust cities. Too many tall buildings. Snipers' nests. Ambushes.
I crashed in this park once. They filled the crater with water and made a lake. Even in this shape, I'd take Corellia over Coruscant.
Axial Park has a galactic reputation. This was once such a beautiful place, the center of Corellian culture. Now it's as ruined as everything else.
To think someday some intrepid explorer will excavate the ruins of this park and find traces of us. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
Old industrial center. A good place to strike from. Lots of cover. Unstable buildings to throw your enemies off guard.
Place almost makes me want to sit down for a bit. Relax. I can almost see what the Jedi like about it. Almost.
There has to be some middle ground. You can't force order on nature like this, but is the only other option to destroy it?
It really is rather gorgeous, isn't it? I'm usually not one for parks, but I have to admire what the Green Jedi have done here.
Appearances are deceiving, relaxing. But trees can hide enemies. Mustn't let your guard down.
Towering buildings, neon signs, and big guns. I didn't think I'd ever see this place again after the last time they'd kicked me out.
I'd only ever seen Corellia in images. It's even more impressive in person.
A city in shambles. An archaeologist's dream, you know. So many layers of history peeking through the cracks, waiting to be uncovered.
Trees are good cover. Open spaces. Dangerous. Watch for Jedi. Feel their movements. Move faster.
Nothing like taking shots at the Republic to get the blood going. Good thing I spent all that time training my eyes for low-light combat.
Let's get in and out quickly with minimal casualties. I'm still a little uneasy about fighting Republic soldiers.
Fascinating construction. Building a base like this so quickly after arriving on Ilum. It won't last, of course. That's the tragedy. In ancient times, building was slow, but those buildings lasted.
Move swiftly and silently. The night and the snow are our allies. My people know Ilum well. Watch for ambushes from the cliffs.
Hijacked a few ships over Makeb in my time. Mining barges, luxury cruises. Even had a couple run-ins with local security. Hope no one here recognizes me.
Never thought our travels would take us to a planet like Makeb. Not that I'm complaining.
I always wanted to visit Makeb. Purely for pleasure, mind you. The planet's civilization is far too young to have any archaeological merit.
These space stations are dead places. Nothing but metal and darkness.
Makeb, a planet of corporate excess and overpriced tourism. What's the Empire's interest here?
That must be the gravity hook. Not exactly subtle.
And I thought the mesas were tall. Amazing.
Look at the size of that.
There could be many eyes up there watching us. We should move quickly.
Impressive. Note how the architecture complements the planet's natural landscape. Makeb's builders are nothing if not precise.
You think this is bad? Try piloting a busted gully jumper through a hurricane on Paderas. Rattle the teeth right out of your head.
That can't be good.
Steady there.
The world trembles at your passing, Lord.
For all its beauty, Makeb isn't exactly hospitable.
Wow, a view like this really makes a guy contemplate his place on the galaxy and... Yeah, okay, I'm messing with you. Let's go kill something, huh?
It's so beautiful up here. Peaceful. You can almost forget everything happening below.
Oh, my. We are quite high, aren't we?
Mind the edge, Lord. Ambition may yet surpass reason.
I think I'm beginning to understand the planet's appeal.
This ship's not gonna crash itself. Let's get to work, yeah?
Careful. One wrong step and it's all over.
The sooner we're back on solid ground, the better.
Our enemies know we are here. Let us end this.
Whatever happens, let's try to be elsewhere when this ship goes down.
Waste of a good ship, you ask me.
That takes care of the landing pad. Let's go find SWTOR.
I confess I'm starting to see the appeal in vandalism.
No way off. No hope of rescue. The trap is set.
No place for SWTOR to run to now. We may take her at our leisure.
Nice digs. Always saw myself retiring in a place like this.
SWTOR seems to be doing well for herself. No doubt she earned every credit legally.
Oh, I do hope SWTOR is home. Would be a shame to come all this way for nothing.
This is no stronghold. A child could break these walls.
The people of Makeb build their homes pretty enough, but their estates lack the grandeur and majesty one finds on Drummond Cars.
This would be so much easier strapped behind a good starfighter.
We've got to take out those hover tanks.
And I thought those hover sleds the Hutts always used were big.
On Kali, I hunted beasts as tall as 10 men. These tanks do not frighten me.
I hope you're not planning to fight those things head-on.
The hover tanks are scrap! Riot!
We've given the rebels a fighting chance. The rest is up to them.
Well done, my lord.
A glorious battle, Lord.
That's the last of them.
Looks like a cantina. Closed for business. Hope they kept some of the good stuff inside.
Looks like this is the place.
Readings indicate our man is inside.
Our hunt ends here.
Our quarry must be in there.
And I thought Tatooine was hot.
Master Ryan once taught me an exercise to ward off the heat. I still can't do it without thinking of him.
Oh, cripes, but it's hot. I'll wager no Hutts dared venture down here.
The heat is good. Ignites an inferno in the spirit.
I suggest we not linger. Collapsing worlds and lava do not mix well.
The light show is nice and all, but honestly, some basic Durasteel would be a lot simpler.
Beautiful technology. I wonder why we don't see many bridges like this off Makeb.
These light bridges, they've never been known to short out, have they?
I am ready for whatever lies across.
Fortunate that the bridge is still up. Let's not push our luck.
Tell me that thing has a weak spot.
Careful. We don't know what this droid is capable of.
Well, there go any doubts I had about Isotope 5's potency.
Now we see which is stronger. Hutt science or Sith instinct.
The Hutts know how to build a death machine. I'll give them that.
Now comes the fun part.
I think that did it.
And down we go. This is just like that excavation on Crais. Without the insane force apparitions, of course.
The way is open.
The power appears to be back online.
If I know the Hutts, there's more than a few bodies lying at the bottom of that hole.
The miners were toying with forces beyond their control digging like this.
I've operated my fair share of drills at excavation sites and so forth, but this dwarfs anything I've seen.
The miners pierced the planet's heart. They were surprised the blow was fatal.
I didn't think the Hutts could one-up their work on Val. Clearly, I was wrong.
Wish Talos was here. Guy's terrified of heights. Probably dangle him from the edge. Watch him squirm.
Given everything that's happened, the Hutts can't still be drilling, can they?
Just a fraction of the operating costs here would have financed my excavations for a decade.
The Hutts have killed a planet. Impressive.
I'd like to see some of this Isotope 5 for myself. Finally see what all the fuss is about.
Ouch. Glad I wasn't here when this happened.
This devastation, it's just awful. I hope everyone made it out safely.
The Hutts have a long history of ruining planets, but they've never been as thorough as they've been here.
Such destruction. Such power. If only you could harness it.
This planet is crumbling before our very eyes. It can't be long now.
You're natural. Now try it with your eyes closed.
Got him!
Ha! Very good, my lord.
Perhaps the next one will provide better sport.
How gratifying.
Place looks like a fortress. Won't be easy.
Let's end this.
The place looks well guarded. But if history has proven one thing, it's that no stronghold is impenetrable.
The Archon must be hiding in there. Pity the Hutts can't run.
It appears the Hutt isn't taking visitors. No matter.
This room brings back some bad memories. Take it from me. The Hutts have some pretty twisted pastimes.
Terrible things have happened in this place.
The Hutts are masters at dispensing pain and torment. I shudder to think what went on here.
Either you kill your enemy, or he kills you. There is no honor in prolonging death.
Oh, look! We found the Archon's recreation room. Charming.
Spent a week on Rishi once. Nasty bunch, even for pirates. Did things I don't like to think about.
It's a beautiful planet for such an ugly spaceport. I wish we could do something about it. But that's not why we're here.
There's good money in slaving, but it's a business I won't touch. If there's one thing you taught me, Sith, it's that slaves can get mean.
Were you really a slave once? I just can't imagine you in one of these cages. I can't imagine you helpless.
Had a friend or two in the Nova Blades. Better shooters and better flyers than I was. Don't mind killing them now, if we could pull it off.
I never thought a pirate crew could rival the White Maw. These guys may not be an army, but they've sure got the firepower of one.
Wouldn't mind having wings, living in a place like this. Some people are born with all the luck, huh?
How do the Rishi stand having those pirates on their world? There's so much beauty here. Why don't they fight?
Bet you could hide a lot of things in that cave. Guns, cash, maybe even a ship. Given it's Rishi, someone must have tried.
You sense that? There's danger here. Look at that cave. Should we, do what Jedi and Sith do best?
I know you appreciate a good cult, Sith, but these people seem deluded to me. Guess that's kind of the point.
I want to feel happy, seeing Republic and Empire working together, but it's all just a lie.
Look at those ships. Wouldn't mind having a fleet like that. Don't much want to fight one, though.
Scores of ships and 10 times as many cultists. I'm ready for this if you are, my lord.
Rishi was more my speed. Raiders and pirates and not a temple or ancient relic in sight. Guess you like Yavin better.
The Jedi never talked to me about Yavin. There were stories and I asked about them, but I was always told I wasn't ready. Am I ready now, my lord?
There's something mean here, Sith. I'm not a fan of nature walks, but this jungle doesn't seem right.
The dark side is powerful here. It's like the trees are on fire with it.
The Revenites, the Imperial Guard, they're all dupes worshipping one force-using maniac or another. No offense.
The Imperial Guard, the servants of the galaxy's greatest evil, already brought to ruin. What are we facing?
Never thought much about becoming a human sacrifice before. Not something I had to worry about before we came here.
The creatures here. I want to hate them, but I can't. They were bred to be savage, raised in this culture. I pity them.
A few tons of detonite would do that place good, assuming it even scratched the surface.
The statue. I recognize Nagasato from my studies. He was a Dark Lord from the time of the Emperor. There must be power here.